Hey guys, welcome back. It's 1 in the morning, and I was like, you know what I should do right now? I should make a video. And I really was excited because Army of the Dead came out, and I got to be a shambler zombie. Actually, I got to be a couple of zombies in Army of the Dead. And I wanted to talk about that experience because it's pretty exciting for me. So I figured I would tell you guys the story of how it happened. Um, if you've been on my channel for a while, maybe like a year and a half ago, something like that, in 2019, I think. I made a video from a hotel room, just like, how'd I get here? And I kind of gave like just talked about things in my life that have helped me get into unique opportunities, let's say. And that video was made during one of my trips to New Mexico to shoot Army of the Dead. Now, the reason it's so exciting for me is that I've done TV shows and commercials on both like in front of the camera and behind the camera, different aspects of these things, and I really enjoy all that stuff. But this is the first big movie, like actual movie, like big budget movie that I was going to be involved with. So I was very excited about that. And it all came about because this one night I went over to try wardrobe for something completely different, and I was talking to a friend of mine that lived at the house, my friend Jackie, and I was like, what have you been up to lately? And she said, oh, we're working on the zombie movie. She worked at Fractured Effects and doing stuff. She said, working on a zombie movie, just pre-painting prosthetics. And what that means when they pre-paint is that when you put on prosthetic makeup, it takes a long time to paint. So if you have lots of them, or a reoccurring character that just has, every day is going to be in the same makeup, they will pre-paint as much of it as possible to save time and to make sure that it all basically looks the same, because you can, paint them all right next to each other and, see them go out the door with like the same kind of veins or tattoos or whatever you need on there. So she was pre-painting prosthetics, and I was like, oh, that's cool. If you guys ever need a zombie or something, let me know. And she's like, okay, I'll pass that along. The next morning, this was like 8 or 9 p.m. at night when this happened. The next morning, like 6:30 in the morning, I get this phone call. Hey, we heard you might be interested in being a zombie. Would you be available to fly to New Mexico tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, okay, send us some photos, and just let us see what you look like if you've been in makeup, and ask me some basic questions. So I sent photos along. And if you guys, I don't show a lot of this on my YouTube channel, but I've been in a ton of prosthetic makeups, either for being a character, for modeling the prosthetics for different reasons, for either the companies that make them or makeup companies, or all those kind of things, or demos. Sometimes for makeup companies, they'll like put me in the makeup to do video demonstrations for that kind of thing. So I've been in lots and lots, like over 70 different crazy character makeups, aliens and zombies and orcs and all kinds of weird stuff. So anyway, I have been in lots of zombie makeups already. So I sent them a bunch of samples, and they're like, oh, this is fantastic. And then they called me back at like noon, and like, actually, would you be able to leave today? So it was like afternoon, early afternoon, and now they want me to go to New Mexico that night to go out to have wardrobe fitting the next day. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So they got it all arranged, and this like nice SUV limo thing comes and picks me up from my house and drives me to LAX, like Los Angeles International Airport. If you guys aren't familiar with LAX, drives me all the way to LAX, which is not close to my house. It's a pretty far drive. Drops me off. I get on a plane, and it turns out that it's a couple other friends of mine are there, some people I knew, and a couple people I didn't know but was excited to meet. So my friend V was there. She is an up-and-coming creature performer, really, really talented, awesome person. And on this trip was a fellow named Mark Steger, who is, he played the Demogorgon, if I'm saying that right, at the end of Stranger Things, the first season of Stranger Things, that monster at the end with the face that opens up. He played that. He's been on multiple other things as weird creatures, like super talented dude. And also Michael McKay, who was the Mummy in Monster Squad, and he was Sloth, I believe is the one, and Seven was the skinny one with all. If you ever seen the movie Seven, they go in that room. There's all those like air fresheners everywhere, and then that guy looks dead, and he wakes up. That's Michael McKay, who was there with us, which was super cool. So they flew us all out, and the next day we put us in this really nice hotel. Which, if you saw the video that I made a few months, like a year ago, the one I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that hotel is super nice. They put us in that hotel, different room than the one from that video, but equally as nice. And the next morning, they took us out to the Netflix studios in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we went to this giant studio, a giant sound stage, and they had all those thousands of pieces of zombie wardrobe, and they went through and got us all outfits and stuff and selected everything, and then we went back to the hotel and hung out for the rest of the day. And then the next day we went in and they put us all in makeup and put us in the wardrobe, and we had our own trailers, which is kind of crazy because there were tons and tons of zombies, but the four of us got trailers, like a trailer with like a little cool rooms we could hang out in and nap or look at our phones or whatever, not just be sitting around in the sun. That was pretty neat. And then we went out and shot the scenes. And the first trip we went out, we shot these scenes where it was a lot of the main characters from the film. It's all this. Both the scenes that we were in are within the first 15 minutes of the movie, which the first 15 minutes are on YouTube, so you can go watch them without even watching the whole movie. But we shot a scene where the main characters are trying to escape Las Vegas, and they have built this wall around the city out of like shipping containers, and the last containers going into place, and everybody's trying to escape, and the zombies mob this woman who saved this little kid, and I was one of those zombies, which was pretty cool. And when they're filming that, it was just do the shoot over and over. They had drones film us and filmed from different angles. And then Zack Snyder was there, and he actually like breaks out his own camera and films us. It was pretty neat because he like got right up in our faces. So you got like a pretty close-up shot of me like doing an attack on the woman, and a really great shot of Mark coming in to do like a bite. It was cool, man. I've never seen any, like I've never been part of anything like that. So it was really cool. This famous director having a camera like this close to your face. I was like, oh my god. And then he's like, oh, okay, you guys hold still right there. And on the set, there's like the DP, the photographer, the guy running the cameras, sitting right there the whole day, and Zack Snyder's directing. But Zack Snyder has his own camera that he picks up to do shots with, so he does a lot of his own shooting at the same time. He seems like a really nice guy. It was like cool because that scene too, Dave Bautista was in it, played Drax in the Avengers film, or the Avengers, and in why am I blanking? Guardians of the Galaxy. And I didn't realize he was going to be in our scene because his stand-in was there. And stand-in is like this huge muscle guy. It looks like him, but with like a different head kind of thing. And he's all in full costume and everything. And they did all the rehearsals for a while to work out the timing of everything. And his stand-in was there the whole time. And then when they went to go to shoot, all of a sudden there's Dave Bautista in like the scene with us, which I was like, oh my gosh, Dave Bautista's in the scene. This is super neat. So I was very excited about that. But yeah, that day was cool. We did all the shots and went and got the makeup taken off, took us back to the hotel, flew us back to Los Angeles. And then like I don't know, a few days later, I was out on a different shoot for a Manscaped commercial with Jamie Costa. And we were that real random. We were shooting at the location where they shot Batman's like underground facility with all the crazy lights on the ceiling and stuff. So we're going to shoot there, and on the way there I get this call, and they were calling to see if I could come back to shoot again in New Mexico for Army of the Dead. And I was like, absolutely. So repeat the process. Nice truck picks me up from the house, takes me to the airport, same deal. This time Michael McKay didn't come out, but another friend of mine, Lizzie Johnson, came out, and she's like another creature actor. So, but also V and Mark came out, the same people from the first time. And we filmed another scene, totally different scene, and different makeup, different zombie, different look, same kind of setup as the first time. And that's when I made the video. I'll link it at the end or put it in the description. It was very fun. And being on the set, it was cool because they had all these like built out things that were kind of like parts of Las Vegas, but these huge green screens everywhere so they could comp in all the digital backgrounds and extra explosions. And there were tons and tons of extra zombies. So like they got all these local people, local actors and people that were just background people to be zombies. And those zombies looked really good. There's just like rows and rows and rows of makeup chairs for all the background zombies. Tons of makeup artists just banging these people out for hours before they'd go shoot. And they'd put the crazy contacts in our eyes and stuff. It was pretty fun. But we got this weird like specialty spot for some reason. I guess because they wanted like shambler zombies that were going to be close to camera, and they wanted people, I guess, that could like look a certain way, and it was worth them flying us out because the scenes we're in are really fast. Like the first scene that you'll see us in is like instantly fast. I saw my friend V because she just stands out. She's got a really, really creepy, awesome pose. Like she's walking and this woman saves a kid in the road and she turns around and shoots all these zombies. And then there's two shots where you see her glance up and you see us all walking, and then another shot where she cuts to her shooting and it cuts back and a bunch of zombies are getting shot. That scene was like, it's super fast. And I saw my friend V stands out great if you see that. She's just like, looks super creepy. Awesome. But it's so fast. I saw her in the first time I watched it. I was like, oh, I'm in the scene. And by the time I went to look for myself, it was like done. It was gone. So that whole thing, they flew us all out for that quick little snip. And the next scene, I saw the build up, and the second scene that we're in the film is actually the first one that we filmed. And that one had more of a build up and more stuff was happening, so I knew it was coming up and where to look for myself. But we saw it in the theater. My wife spotted me immediately before I said anything. She goes, "Oh my God, there you are!" So I was like, "Okay, cool. Like you can kind of see me if you are just looking for me, So that was cool. But yeah, it was a super fun experience. Screen time wasn't very much at all. But what's really cool is they did a making of Army of the Dead, like making a zombie army on Netflix. And there are some fantastic photos of us on there. There's like, I don't want to say 4 or 5 really, really good pictures of me, like close-up photos that they took, like production photos. So the photographer would pull us aside and be like, okay, just do like whatever zombie thing and take a picture. It's funny because both of my pictures that they use are like me doing almost the exact same face, but they were taken like a couple weeks apart, so I didn't even remember what I did the time before. So anyway, it's awesome because they're right there, just like big full frame pictures of my face doing this thing. You can see my crooked teeth look awesome as a zombie. That's like one thing. Like my self-conscious about my crooked teeth, and then they are good zombie teeth. But yeah, so if you watch the behind the scenes, you can see me a lot and like really, really, really good. So that was very cool. And yeah, that was it. It was a fun experience. Waited a long time for the movie to come out, and now it's out, and it's kind of exciting. I got a little credit at the end. I'm in the stunt utility credits, so I wasn't sure I was going to get one because of the just the amount of people on it, and they don't credit lots of people. So I was very excited. I got my little name just in there. So pretty special, fun experience. First time on a real movie, and I enjoyed it a lot, and I hope to do that a lot more in the future. So anyway, that was all. Figured I'd share, and if you've seen it, let me know what you thought. I thought it was really fun, not just because I was in it. I actually enjoyed it. There's a couple weird things in there that on second viewing, I was like, oh, what the hell is this? But that's for another video. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been 15 minutes already almost, so you kids have a fun time, and I will see you soon. Good night. Bye.